Hi everyone, welcome back to another update. It's Sunday the 8th of July and I've just popped down to the allotment to get some veg for lunch, and I've just picked 5 of these beautiful Burpees golden beetroots, and if you've never eaten them I can really recommend them. Roasted, they're absolutely beautiful. The skin's caramelised and you can eat the skin just like you would with a roast potato, and the flesh is so juicy and so fruity. Give them a try if you haven't already. Okay, catch you later. Hi again. Well, it's Sunday evening and that's another weekend drawing to a close. It's been quite a productive weekend, despite taking quite a chunk of yesterday out to watch the football, but it was worth it, wasn't it? It was a good game. But we have, my cousin and I, managed to get some second plantings in. We've cleared a few patches of ground, removed all the plant debris and planted them up again. And I'll just give you a quick tour of what we've done. Only 2 or 3 different areas that we've worked on, and then I'll call it a day for today. Just in passing, I'll show you the area that had the overwintering onions. We did this a few days ago. I think I might have mentioned it on the last update. But the onions came out and we've put 4 rows of January Kings in their place. Where the elephant garlic once stood, we now have kohlrabi, a mixture of the purple variety and the green varieties. Where we had the first broad drill of Kelvin and Wonder peas, we now have a mixture of Bolt Hardy beetroot and Burpees golden under the cloche here. There was a little patch of ground about a square yard or so free, so I've put some dwarf beans in there, and they're a packet of beans that I bought actually last summer in Germany, and they're a yellow bean, a dwarf bean, and there might have been about 50 or 60 beans, but they all got popped into this patch of ground here, evenly spaced. I've netted it up in a rough and ready manner, but it should suffice until the beans are big enough to be left uncovered. But we should get probably several meals from that little patch, believe it or not, with 50 plants. Just turning to the left, where the first row of Charlotte potatoes were, they've now all been removed this morning. We've actually put some more potatoes in, which is perhaps not the most obvious second planting. But if you think about it, when we grow, lots of us, when we grow seed potatoes in pots and we harvest those potatoes, what do a lot of YouTubers do? Well, they put the compost back in the pot, add a bit of fish blood and bone, and just chance their arm at a second harvest out of the spent compost. And that's precisely what we've done here. I think I had about 9 Pentland Javelin seed potatoes left. They were a little bit shrivelled, but they've gone in there, and they've gone in with quite a healthy dose of 6x organic manure, and also probably a half a dozen handfuls of organic fish blood and bone. So on the original plot, all the ground is still being used. January Kings have gone in at the top, more potatoes have gone in at the bottom here on the left, and beans and beetroot have gone in on the right hand side here. We've also taken out the broad beans on the 4th plot. I'll show you those now. You can just about see the bare patch of ground about 7 or 8 metres away. That's where the broad beans were, to the right hand side of the bean frame. And as I say, they've been taken out, the ground's been turned over, but the roots have been left in, just chopped up. and we've put one broad drill of purple top Milan turnips, and we've left enough space at the side to put a second broad drill in a month or so, so that we have plenty of turnips going into the winter. Looking a little bit more closely at that patch of ground, you can see that it's actually quite a large area. I would say it's about 15 feet by 15 feet, and there's easily enough for a couple of broad drills. You can see where we've put the two old disused spindles, balustrade sections, one here at the bottom, one at the top, and there's a broad drill between those two bits of wood, and there's enough room at the side for a second drill, as I say. On the right here we've got some red and white onions. These were left over from the main planting of the main crop, and so we've got quite a big space here actually. If you take the whole area as one, it's probably about, at least when the raspberries are cut back, I would say it's about 20 feet by 15 feet. And just looking at the raspberries, these are a summer variety, and they're quite a, I don't know what the variety is, but they take some managing because they really encroach onto the land, onto the bed that we've got here. And last year they came about 2 metres in and almost met the sweet corn in the centre. That was the main planting here. So we grubbed out most of them, but they are quite vigorous. And they're funny old raspberry as well. They are nice, but you've got about a day when they're at the best to take them. Any earlier they're a little tart, any later and you know, they just go over quite quickly. But they are nice, and we've been eating them daily, and I'm going to try one now. They're very nice. I think I need to do more of this on updates. Sample all the berries and fruit. It's a wonder I've not overdosed over the last couple of days, because I've had so many currants, gooseberries, strawberries and raspberries. But they are lovely and healthy as well. So that's the second plantings dealt with, and that's me done for the day. I've watered, I'm going to have a sit on the bench, cool down, and then I'm going to make my way home. I'll catch you later. Cheers. Hi everyone, it's Tuesday morning, no work today because it's the first day of the Great Yorkshire Show and I'm off for the day with my daughter. But before I set off, I've just come down and done a little bit of watering as usual and a little bit of side shooting in the greenhouses, and I just thought I'd give you a brief glimpse of the broccoli plants that we've got. These are Beaumont, I think they're called, and they're in one of the no-dig beds on the no-dig plot, and I've just taken the cover off because they're big enough now for the cabbage whites not really to bother them. As you can see, there are 8 plants in this bed, and I think we've got 3 or 4 broccoli heads that are reaching maturity. I've also got 10 or 12 in one of the dug beds on the third plot as well, but I might be popping back down tonight and taking that head off. Hi again, I had a lovely day at the show and now I'm back to do a little bit more watering, and we'll finish this update off with another look at the beefsteaks in the top greenhouse. As you can see, they're all coming on really nicely now, and we're getting some quite large ones. Heavy first trusses on just about every plant. Some that are already in the region of £1 in weight. One at the back here, put my hand at the side of this one, you'll see this is going to be a 2-pounder. That might be the biggest one of the season. And it's the same on this side. They don't look much at the moment because they're all green, but we've got a mixture of colours. We've got some bicoloured ones, some black ones, some red ones, and they're quite tall as well because it does get good light in this greenhouse. So I would say some of them within the next couple of weeks are going to need to be stopped because as you can see, the fruits are smaller the higher up you get, and they will fill out on some of them but not on others. So we'll stop them, as I say, probably before the end of July. Right, well, that's another episode done and dusted. It's still hot, and I'm going to do a little bit of harvesting and then make my way home again. So enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll maybe catch you later. Cheers, bye.